news drama. Award-nominated actress Irene Molloy is in town to spill the tea at the Pittsburgh Fringe Festival. But before she does, she's revealing some of her backstage secrets to us, coming up live.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
But first, she has worked in Hollywood and on Broadway, and she has seen it all. Well, now she's revealing it all in a world premiere right here in Pittsburgh. What celebrities will Irene Molloy dish about? Find out with us, coming up live after a quick break.
Breaking into Hollywood is one thing. Staying there is another. And our next guest has done both.
So she has seen it all, starring in sitcoms, high school soap operas, and even disastrous Broadway flops. And now she is breaking her silence and revealing it all for the very first time right here in the Burgh.
Let's just say her stories could change everything you think you know about some of your favorite stars. Her name is Irene Molloy, and she's in town for the Pittsburgh Fringe Festival. We're so happy to have you here, not just here on PTL, but you are here in Pittsburgh to debut your show.
Yes. I'm so excited. I've been writing this show for a few years. I got to a point in my life where I was like, I really want to tell this story of what happened to me as a young person. And a lot of young people are wanting to break into the business, wanting to find fame and influence. And my story sort of tells what the behind the scenes looked like.
And in fact, we want to talk to you about some of your past here, because I remember Andy Richter Controls the Universe. I thought this was a really funny show.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that experience?
I mean, it was so much fun to be a young person thrown in with these experienced comedians. They had such amazing timing. I learned so much from them on the set. I mean, it was all overwhelming for me, but luckily, like, Andy Richter is such a grounded, real person, so I learned so much.
He seems like it,
yeah. He really is. He really is totally real and in person. So I appreciated that, because when you're a young person in Hollywood, you're being pulled in so many directions. So to just have somebody who's in charge and who is also grounded was huge.
So you were just saying you got your first role on Broadway your senior year of high school, as you were just leaving high school?
Yes.
So that, and then Grosse Pointe not long after, which a lot of people remember you on that show.
Yeah.
It was a lot when you were very young.
It was a whirlwind. You know, as a kid, there are a lot of kid performers. Their parents are taking them to the lessons and the agents and the interviews, and all of that can build into a career very quickly before you even know what you're doing. And that's sort of how it happened for me. So I tell the story of that in the show. But yeah, it was my last week of high school. I booked the lead in a brand new Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
Last week of high school?
Yes,
That's
it was
insane.
like graduation, callback, boom. And I had my letter accepted to NYU, and my mom was like, well, you just got the lead in a Broadway musical, you're gonna do that.
Gosh.
And I was like, yeah, sure, of course I'm gonna do that, but also, like, what about college? And she was like, you can always go later. That's what everyone says, right?
Oh,
you can always go later.
It's always
There's
there.
plenty of time for that, right? Yeah, so it was just a very extreme
And what a
circumstance.
roller coaster ride it must have been for you too, because that turned out to actually, that show did not end up doing well.
Yes.
It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber show,
I know, my God.
and still, and I mean, in some ways, maybe it was a blessing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or not?
I mean,
You looked at me
it was
like,
a double-edged,
no, you're crazy, David.
double-edged. It was both things at the same time. So it was like a very extreme entrance into the real world and the business, you know?
Right.
You graduate high school, you get flown to the top and then dropped on the bottom very quickly. But, you know, after now living for a much longer time, I've seen that that is sort of something that you have to be prepared for. You can never sort of think that because you got the call or the job, that that means that anything's a done deal for good forever, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
bottom drops
Right.
out, things happen, and so I learned that very quickly.
Well, we're excited to hear a little bit of your original music, so please take it away.
Thank you. Oh, should I say this is a song from the show?
Yes, please.
Yes, go
This
ahead.
is a song from the show.
This is a song from the show. The show is called Show Pony. It's premiering at the Pittsburgh Fringe Festival, which is happening for the next 2 weeks. There's so many amazing shows, so check it out.
Okay.
Okay. Back on the track, just running circles, still redlining with no exit signs ahead. You wanted speed, you wanted trophies, and every win was hollow. Power lines go on and on, night keeps
stretching. Can I slow it down? I see it all, I see so clearly. The race was never meant to win. Now I'm standing alone, and the engine is cold, making you proud. We'll never be enough, and my heart's beating loud. If loving you well means losing myself, I don't wanna make you proud. Oh, these wasted years, aimless on the highway, the path that brought me here. Oh, those restless years, growing small behind me, the path ahead is growing clear.
Irene Molloy. That's such a great sound, really.
Yeah, and you could hear your
you.
story. Like, you could follow it. I feel so many of us can relate to what you went through, even if you're challenged in your 20s and going through all that. Thank you so much for coming today.
you.
So
Really
fascinating.
wonderful.
It really is.
The 13th annual Pittsburgh Fringe Festival kicks off tomorrow and runs through the 28th. You can catch Irene in Show Pony on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Fretchard Gallery in Garfield.
And they have a little of everything at the festival. We're talking theater, comedy, and music. And for a complete list of the shows and how you can see them, it can be found by going to the link that we have right there on our website. All right, up next, just when you thought winter was